Hey everybody, I'm Alex and welcome to Storytime. I have so many great stories for you, but before we get into it, I want to let you know a couple of things. For starters, I want to introduce you to my buddy Buster, who, like usual, is here to keep me company. Also, I want to let you know that we have all kinds of great stuff on AADL TV. So if you are a fan of Storytimes, we have so many for you at this point, and you should check them out. Also, if you're looking for something to do, we have kids' craft projects and also craft projects for adults, so check those out as well. Also, if you're a fan of kids programming, we have the Saturday Show, which is always on a theme and always excellent. Okay, I think we've covered our bases, and I think it's time to do a hello song. What do you think? Do you want to do a hello song? That's good. I want to sing one with you. Okay, here goes nothing. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. I'd like to say hello. So there are so many different languages in the world, and so many different ways to say hello. For example, did you know that in Germany they say Guten Tag? Let's try singing that. Guten Tag, friends. Guten Tag, friends. Guten Tag, friends. I'd like to say Guten Tag. How else can we say hello today? I hear in China they say ni hao. Let's try that one out. Ni hao, friends. Ni hao, friends. Ni hao, friends. I'd like to say ni hao. How else could we say hello today? You know, in Hawaii they say aloha, which is a personal favorite. So let's try that one too. Aloha, friends. Aloha, friends. Aloha, friends. I'd like to say aloha. Okay, back to hello. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. I'd like to say hello. Very fun. Okay. Now it is time for a finger exercise and a rhyme. I brought my fingers with me today. How about you? Oh, you did. That's good. Okay, we're going to do two little blackbirds. So I'm going to use my index fingers like this. And a 1, 2, 3. Two little blackbirds sitting on a tree. One named Stan and the other named Lee. Fly away, Stan. Fly away, Lee. Come back, Stan. Come back, Lee. Okay, let's try a different version this time. Two little blackbirds sitting on a car. One was near and the other was far. Fly away near, fly away far. Come back near, come back far. All right, different version again. Two little blackbirds sitting on the ice. One was mean and the other was nice. Fly away mean, fly away nice. Come back mean, come back nice. What fun. Okay, now it's time for a story. The Fog. Far north, on a wild sea, there was an island covered with ice. People came from around the world to visit this special place. Most of the birds living on the island paid little attention to these visitors. But there was one bird, a small yellow warbler, who did pay attention. Oh, yep, see, the sign says, "Welcome to Icy Land." That's silly. Warble was a devoted human watcher. There was always a new human for him to watch. Nothing else Warble did made him happier. Oh, yep, I see. Specimen number 671, a behatted bibliophilic female. I think that means that she likes books. And also, number 672, a bald-headed glitzy male with his bling. But one spring day, something happened to interrupt his happiness. That day, a warm fog rolled in from the sea. All morning long, it wisped and swirled, climbing up hills and spilling into valleys. By lunchtime, the brightness of morning had faded into a silvery blue. By dinner time, the fog had turned everything ghostly. For days, Warble sat high in his tree and waited for a strong gust of wind to come lift the fog. He waited and waited. Being a handy warbler, he tried to chase it away. But no matter what he did, the fog always came back. Warble invited his friends over to discuss the situation. Oh, you see, one bird says, "It's just a little fog. I wouldn't even call it a fog. A mist, maybe. Ether, perhaps. Fog, no." Oh, and the owl says, "The fog has come. Sometimes these things happen. Let us be humble and accept it." And the swan says, "I like what it does to my feathers." Only the ducks seemed to care. The next morning, a new sign appeared. Oh yeah, see, it says, "Welcome to Fogland." The renaming of the island had a curious effect. Many of the birds began to forget that there was ever a time before the fog. But Warble did not forget. He had started to notice other things changing too. He wanted to tell the others what he had seen, but they were all too busy. Even the ducks had moved on and didn't want to talk about it. The fog continued to spread. Warble still waited in his tree, hoping to spot a human, but there were no more sightings. So he put away his books, and he tried his best to ignore the fog, until even he began to wonder if things had ever been any different. But then, one foggy morning, Warble spotted a colorful speck in the distance. Peering closely, he saw a dark-haired human ghosting through the meadow. It was a rare female species, and she was singing a song. Oh yeah, she's specimen number 673, a red-hooded, spectacled female. She looked a little bit lost. Oh, they see each other. Happy to see a human again, Warble offered her insects to eat. She liked them. The human, in return, offered Warble gifts and showed him how to fold intricate paper things. And there they stayed, eating insects and folding paper and speaking in every way except with words. Until Warble made a surprising discovery. The human also saw the fog. Warble asked the human if she thought there were others who saw the fog too. She was unsure. How could they find out? That's when she had an idea. She opened her backpack and set to work. The human made a paper boat and floated it out to sea. They waited for a reply, but none arrived. So they launched more boats, and again they waited. Finally, they had an answer. It was a note from a walrus in eastern Canada. And it says, "Yes, I see the fog." Another note came from a musk ox in Norway. Oh, it's in Norwegian, but it says, "Yes, and we want to fix it." Another note came from some cats in England. Oh, it says, "Yes, we see it. Are you a bird? Can we eat you?" Oh, that's not very helpful. Notes arrived from around the world. And with each one, the fog began to lift a little, and the wind began to blow again, until the world grew a little less ghostly, and it became easier to notice things. Big things, and tiny things, red shiny things, and soft feathery things. And slowly, slowly, the beautiful island brightened, and Warble and the human found time to rest under the stars, which they could now see. The moon drifted in the sky, and they began to sing. They sang to each other and to the moon, and because they were so happy to be together, sharing the clear night view. The end. All right, you guys, let's sing a song. And let's sing Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Oh my gosh, let's try it again. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Okay, one more time. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Now it's time for another story. Our next story is called 7 Blind Mice. Now, once upon a time, 7 blind mice lived together in their home. And one day, a very strange something moved in next door. Well, on the first day, Red Mouse, who was probably the bravest mouse, went to go investigate to see what that strange something was. He climbed up one side and he climbed down the other, and he decided that he had discovered what it was. He went home and he told his friends, that strange something, it is in fact a giant pillar, which was a very big surprise to all of the mice. On the second day, Brown Mouse decided that they were going to go see for themselves. So Brown Mouse went out, climbed up one side of that strange something, and down the other, and Brown Mouse decided, oh, I know what this strange something is. So he went home to tell his friends. He said, it is, in fact, a giant slithering snake. Well, the next day, Peachy Mouse, who took nothing for granted, decided to go out and see what that strange something was. He climbed up one side, and he climbed down another, and he came to the conclusion that he knew what it was. He came home, he told his friends that, in fact, that strange something was a giant cliff. Well, this seemed very strange. So the next day, Green Mouse decided to go see what that strange something was. They climbed up one side, they climbed down another, and they decided they knew what it was. They came home and they told their friends it was, in fact, a giant spear. Well, the next day, it was Pink Mouse's turn to go see what that strange something was all about. So he climbed up one side, he climbed down the other. He decided that he knew what the strange something was. He went home and he told his friends, it is, in fact, a big floppy old fan. Well, not to be outdone, Purple Mouse went the next day. He climbed up one side, he climbed down another, and he thought he knew for sure what that strange something was. He went home and he told his friends, you are all a bunch of silly ninnies. I don't know how you could have thought it was a pillar or a snake or a spear. It is in fact just a silly old rope. Well, that left Blue Mouse, who was in fact the wisest mouse, to go discover what that strange something was. The next day, Blue Mouse set off, and Blue Mouse climbed up one side and scrambled down the other. He looked on the left side, he looked on the right, he climbed across the back, and Blue Mouse, he decided that he knew what that strange something was. He came home and he told his friends, you are all a little bit right, and you are all a little bit wrong. The strange something is simultaneously everything that each and every one of you said, and also none of the things you said. That strange something, it was, in fact, an elephant. A great big beautiful one. And each of the mice had been right in their own way. What Blue Mouse had discovered was that elephant could be as floppy as a fan, like an elephant's ear can be. It can be as sharp as a spear, like an elephant's tusk. An elephant's foot can seem an awful lot like a pillar. And an elephant's tail can be very much like a stringy old rope. And an elephant's back can be as tall as a cliff. And altogether, what you had was in fact an elephant. So the mice, they were happy to know what in fact that strange something was. And what the elephant thought about 7 mice climbing all over it, I suppose we'll never know. The end. Superluminous. Noor was born luminous. She glows. She sparkles, as though a little sun was shining right inside of her. Noor loves her glowing light. It makes her feel special, even extraordinary. She spends her days exploring the darkest, dreariest corners of her house. Her favorite spot is in the attic, where she faces down all the monsters and ghosts that may hide there. She loves looking at the stars. Noor sometimes feels that she's one of them, twinkling, sparking, but a little bit lost in such a big universe. When there are lots of people around, Noor feels uncomfortable. She's not sure what's expected of her. Noor prefers to be alone. She loves to read stories in bed, cozy and warm, especially stories about superheroes. Today is Noor's first day of school. She picks out her best clothes. Even if she's a bit scared, Noor is excited to meet all the other kids and show them her beautiful glowing light. She's certain they'll be impressed. And sure enough, as soon as she gets to school, she's the center of attention. How do you do that? Yunez asks. I don't know. I was just born this way, Noor explains. It's a kind of superpower. Have you ever saved anyone, like a real superhero? Chloe asks. Real superheroes have cool outfits, Benjamin, who seems to know all about these things, tells her. Where's yours? Can you turn down your light? Lucy asks. It's hurting my eyes. Glowing is not a real superpower, Leah decides. Real superheroes can fly, or pass through walls, or are really strong like me. Glowing, that's no big deal. Nora tells herself that Leah is just jealous, but wonders if she's also a little bit right. It's true, Nora thinks. I'm not that special. I'm not super strong. I'm not super funny. I'm not super fast. All I know is to do is to shine, like an old light bulb. If only I had real superpowers. Heading home after school, Nora doesn't feel very well. It feels like everyone is watching her. Nobody sees anything special about me, she thinks to herself, even with my light. Nora doesn't want to shine bright anymore. She wishes she were invisible. For the rest of the week, Nora wears thick, heavy clothes that don't let her light get through. She even covers her hands with gloves, her head with a hat. She doesn't want anyone looking at her. She doesn't want anyone talking about her. She doesn't want anyone to even notice her. She makes herself so unremarkable that people forget about her glow. She's now completely invisible. One night, Nora notices that her light is almost out. All that's left is a tiny flame, somewhere deep inside of her. It's very hard to see. Oh well, Nora thinks. This light wasn't any good anyway. But at the same time, it feels strange. Nora has never been afraid of the dark, but now the night surrounding her feels so big. As she tries to fall asleep, Nora hears crying in the bedroom next door. It's her little sister. She cries louder and louder, as loud as a dragon, Nora thinks. She knows it's because her sister is afraid of the dark too. Nora gets up and tiptoes softly into her sister's bedroom. Nora's glow is not very bright, but she can still use it to see in the dark, like a nightlight. It's enough that when her sister notices it, she calms down. Nora climbs into her sister's crib and hugs her close. If she could give her light to her sister to keep her from being scared, Nora would. The two sisters fall asleep, snuggled together, calm and quiet. Oh, what's this? The next morning, Nora's parents are dazzled to find two daughters together in the crib. Nora rubs her sleepy eyes and realizes that her light hasn't gone away. It's grown. And her sister is glowing too. Nora is so happy. She understands now that she can share her light. It's no longer something she has to carry on her own. She doesn't want to hide it anymore. She wants to light up all the little sisters and brothers in the world so that nobody is ever scared again. Maybe she is a superhero after all. Nora gives her mom and her dad a hug, and they start to glow too. Nora leaves for school brighter than ever. She realizes that by looking people in the eye and smiling as she passes them, she can share her superpower. She really is super luminous. The end. All right, you kids, next I have a little bit of a rhyme for you. And while we do this, I'm going to be rhyming and also snapping my fingers and clapping my hands. Now, I know that some of you are able to snap your fingers at this point, and some of you, well, you aren't there quite yet. And you know what? Either way, that is 100% okay. I remember when I was your age, I knew exactly what to do. I knew where my fingers needed to be. I knew what kind of motion they needed to make, but as hard as I would try, I just couldn't get it to make any sound. But you know what? After a lot of practice, I eventually figured it out, as you can see. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this rhyme. And I'm going to clap and I'm going to snap my fingers. And if you want to clap and snap your fingers too, I think that's great. If you can snap, awesome. If you can't, I think you should just go through the motions, because practice makes perfect. Okay, here we go. One elephant in the bathtub going for a swim. Come on in. Two elephants in the bathtub going for a swim. Come on in. Three elephants in the bathtub going for a swim. Come on in. Four elephants in the bathtub going for a swim. Come on in. Five elephants in the bathtub going for a swim. Uh-oh. Splash. They all fell in. The end. Alright, you guys, now it's time for a song. And this time, I think we're going to do The Grand Old Duke of York, because it is my absolute favorite. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. So the best part of this song is that you can sing it over and over again. And each time you do, you can sing it just a little bit faster. So let's give that a try. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. So that was getting a little bit faster. Let's try even faster still. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up the top of the hill, he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. So, I like to sing this song as many times as it takes before I stop being able to quite figure out what to do with my hands, which we almost reached that last time. But let's try even faster still. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up the top of the hill, he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. So we're getting pretty fast, but we could definitely go faster. Let's try. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up the top of the hill, he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. So, getting fast, but definitely not as fast as we can go. Let's try again. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up the top of the hill, he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. Whew, man, that is getting pretty fast. But let's try one more time. And this time, super awesome lightning fast. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up the top of the hill, he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. Okay, I know I said that was the last time, but we're going to try one more time still, and this time we're going to see just how fast we can go. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men, he marched from the top of the hill, he marched them down again, and when you're up, you're up, and when you're down, you're down, and when you're only halfway up, and neither up nor down. Oh, man, that was fast, you guys. Well, in any event, it's now time for another story. Alright, you kids, this next story is about a baby bunny who explores the world with their mama, which I think is so nice. Well, it goes a little bit like this. Look, my baby bunny, all the colors of the world are here for you to see. I'll show you colors, baby bunny. Come hop along with me. Pink flowers, red ladybugs, and dark red berries too. Yellow butterflies, bumblebees, and flowers blooming just for you. The yellow sun shines on the blue river, the blue flowers, and the blue jay too. And it shines on the old green frog in the boggy green bog and the green beetle with nothing to do. And there are brown leaves on the tree. And there's dark brown soil too. And there are brown mushrooms. But, little bunny, my favorite brown is you. All the colors of the world are all here for you to see. I'll show you colors, baby bunny, if you'll come hop along with me. The end. Well, you kids, it's almost time to say goodbye. But before we go, I think we should do a goodbye song, because you can't have a story time without a good goodbye song. And like always, I think we're going to do Knees Up Mother Brown, because it's tradition and because it's excellent. Okay, before we start, I want to let you know that I have the conventional, the multidimensional, the downright indispensable Mother Brown to help us sing. Or, more accurately, she will dance while we sing. All right, you ready, Ma Brown? All right, sounds like it. You guys ready? Good. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there was a girl from Paris, France, who didn't know how to dance. The only thing that she could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, we had some stories today, and they chased the winter blues away. Hooray! The only thing that we could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, there was a teeny tiny man, or in this case, a lady, who liked to do handstands. You ready, Ma Brown? Sounds like it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so close. The only thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Okay, one last time. Oh, there was a girl from Paris, France, who didn't know how to dance. The only thing that she could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time.